I've always wanted to write, probably from as early as the 3rd or 4th or possibly 5th grade. And I think what got me really interested in writing was, and not everyone loves this answer, but it was television. And I had television shows that I so loved that one episode a week wasn't enough. So I had to write more episodes, more stories featuring those characters for myself, to entertain myself. I think writing dialogue is the part of the book I love doing the most. I think I would rather write 100 pages of dialogue than 2 pages of description. And I think often that, I love what Elmore Leonard says about this. I mean, Elmore Leonard says he leaves the parts out of his books that people would skip anyway. And these long-winded descriptions of the driveway as the detective comes up to the house and how the house looks and what the maid wore. Who remembers that? I mean, when you get 100 pages later, do you remember what that house looked like? I don't. But I remember how dialogue conveys a character's sense. And that's why I enjoy writing those parts the most. When I'm writing a novel, when I'm in the thick of it, I just want to finish it. So I usually start work around 9 o'clock in the morning and go till 4 or 5 in the afternoon, with lots of interruptions to wander around the house and look and see what's in the fridge and make coffee. And every once in a while I stop and I go play 9 holes of golf on Nintendo Wii, and just to keep moving. But I set a goal of about, at the very least, 2,000 words a day. If I don't get 2,000 words done in a day, I feel that I didn't achieve what I set out to. I think most of my inspiration for thrillers comes out of the most ordinary things. I think at my heart, I'm a very anxious individual. And I'm always seeing how very straightforward and very simple things can go horribly wrong. You know, I think of if the mailman delivers a letter to the wrong house, or if you put the knives in the dishwasher with the points up. I mean, it's all the little things that create terrible anxiety in me. And I think sometimes what I do is I take those situations and I expand on them to create a thriller. I try to have these thrillers really come out of our common everyday experiences. Usually before I start writing a novel, I know my end point. And if I don't know it immediately, I know it before too long. Before I get too far into the novel, I have a sense of where I want to end up. Because I think, certainly if you're writing crime novels and in plotting, I have to know what's happening behind the scenes, so I need to know where I end up. But the fun part is that what happens in the middle, and that journey that I take to get to the end, all these opportunities present themselves in the writing of a book that I never knew existed until I get to them. I think one of your duties in writing a thriller is to entertain and to give your reader as much fun as possible. And I think that one of the ways you achieve that is by keeping your reader off balance, by surprising them. I mean, if the reader can predict everything that's going to happen, they're not going to enjoy the book as much. They want to be surprised. And I think one of the ways that you do that as a writer is you try to surprise yourself. You could be writing a chapter and you think the most logical way for this to end is for this to happen. And so you think, maybe I shouldn't make that happen. I should make something else happen. And I think that's really the key to entertaining, is to give as many twists, as many turns as possible.